Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. It's Virgo season.
Pick up all that shit.
It's actually the end of Virgo season, pretty much. Cancer mentality is coming into play there, being procrastinating and whatnot, but figured we would ring out the end of Virgo season with some cute little cocktails. So I have a bunch of Virgos in my life. I'm actually celebrating my Virgo friend's birthday today down Long Island. So I grew up with 3 Virgos in my house. I don't know how I'm still alive. My mom, my dad, and my brother, all Virgos, and having everything be so meticulous, structured, controlled, all of that good stuff is very overwhelming when you're a water sign. But, you know, it instilled a lot of structure in me that I'm going to completely ignore for this video. The 2 drinks that I'm going to make, one's a little bit more challenging, one's a little bit on the easy side, but I couldn't find like half of the ingredients. So if you're ready to find out how to make these 2 Virgo-themed zodiac cocktails, then please keep on watching. So, what you're going to need for the first drink, the easier drink, is some tequila, some seltzer. Yes, I know it's Dasani, don't at me. It's supposed to be like flavorless. It's so impossible to find a flavorless seltzer. So I have a lime one, which isn't a big deal. What is a big deal though is that it's supposed to come with like a rosemary stem, and I couldn't find that. So we're gonna use mint instead. It's supposed to have like a theme of freshness, herbs, and everything like that, but a mint is an herb, so I guess we're kind of on track here. Then what you're going to need for the second, more challenging cocktail is a little bit more in-depth. You're gonna need some gin. They recommend Brooklyn gin, but I couldn't find that. So we're just gonna do Bombay dry gin. Bombay is pretty good. It's a little bit cheaper than Tanqueray, which I prefer, but we're not big gin fans in this little household, so I just wanted to get something small and simple and wasn't gonna cost me $1 million because not fun. So then you're going to need some pineapple juice. This is just from Dole. It doesn't have any weird additives or anything like that. It's just straight pineapple juice. So get some of this. Then we're gonna need some tonic water. It's supposed to be elderflower tonic, but I couldn't find that. So we're just gonna do regular tonic. But if you can find elderflower, I think that'll add a little bit more herbiness, a little bit more lightness to the drink. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Well, at least to Virgos it does, but we're water signs, so we don't care. Also, you're going to need some basil. Fresh basil is preferred, not like the dried basil that you use as like seasoning. Also lime. All you need is a ½ ounce. So half a lime usually equivalents to ½ ounce measurement. So yeah, all you really need is half if you're doing a single serving. And then the most challenging part of this is the simple syrup. I know it says halftime. This is just the bottle that I put it in. I actually made this simple syrup myself. All that you have to do is do a equal parts sugar and water. So if you do like a cup of water, you have to do a cup of sugar, and you put it in a saucepan. You bring it to a boil until it's completely dissolved, and then you let it cool, and then you have yourself a simple syrup, which is pretty much just sweet water. It's just a syrupy texture. You can also just buy simple syrup if you're pressed for time, but it is very easy to make. It's just very time consuming. It takes a long time to cool down from that boiling point. So if you're scrapped for time, then I would recommend buying it just so that you have it nice and cool for your drink, because you don't want like a hot drink. But it is very easy to make if you do have some of the extra time on your hands. Also, something that you need for the first drink, which I forgot to mention, is a cucumber. This is really just for garnish. It's not really inherently important to it, but the real main focus, because it's such a simple drink, is the garnish itself. So make sure you have a cucumber. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this first drink. You don't need like a mixer or anything like that, which is good because I realized I don't have mine. Kevin got them for me, but for whatever reason, I can't find it. So the second drink is going to be a little bit challenging, but let's go ahead and make the first one. So first things first, you're gonna need like a medium to large sized glass. This is like more of like a wine glass, but we like to use this for other beverages as well. So we're just gonna use this, and we're just gonna fill it up with ice, however much that you desire. It's not really that important. This is clean ice from my very pure water system in my very pure and not dingy apartment. Mixologists and bartenders going, you need clean ice for this, is my equivalent to like Ina Garten being like, some good olive oil is necessary for this dish. I'm like, all right, I guess I got bad olive oil in my house, but okay. So we got this all set up. Now we're just going to go ahead and do the garnish. So you're going to need a vegetable peeler. This is just a simple vegetable peeler. I don't know if you guys have more like fancy stuff at home, but just something simple. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna dig into the cucumber pretty deep. Not like that deep, but like, you know, like deep. You're just gonna do as long of a strip as possible. I know that this is an English cucumber, so it's pretty big, but a regular cucumber should be fine as well, as long as you get a nice thick-ish little slip. This is more or less what it should look like. It should have been a little bit deeper, but if we have any problems with it, then we'll figure it out. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it kind of in an accordion style, just like that. Don't mess with it because this is very, very serious. We're doing surgery on a cucumber. So now you're going to take a sprig of mint, and I got this with the intention that I had to have like a really thick penetrative stem. There's a lot going on with this, I'm just starting to realize. Take off some of like the end leaves so that it's a little bit clean when you slice through the cucumber, because yes, we are going to put this stem through the middle of our little cucumber accordion. So I thought this would be challenging, but it's a little bit more simple. But if you have like a weaker stem, then I would recommend cutting it with a knife or something like that, just like a little hole in the middle. Okay, got that through, and then you're going to carefully pull it up so that you maintain that accordion look, but it's a little bit more fanned out. And there you have a nice little garnish. Now, once again, this is supposed to be with rosemary, but I feel like cucumber and mint already go pretty well together. It doesn't really change the flavors that much, so go for it. Now we're going to just put this in, kind of put it off to the side a little bit, and now we're going to take the tequila. This is Hornitos Plata. Don't at me, please. Really don't need that. And then it doesn't really have measurements for this. This doesn't even really have a name either. It's just a tequila soda. However much you feel like you can handle, put that in. So I think I'm just going to do 1.5 ounces, and then we're going to take the lime sparkling soda. Once again, ideally this is supposed to be a plain, but I feel like the lime and the cucumber and the mint are really all going to complement each other. And if this stem was rosemary, I feel like it wouldn't change the flavor profile that much either. So really just go for it. I mean, I know Virgos like everything to be very polished, very poised, but sometimes we can't do that. Sorry Virgos, but I think that this is going to taste good no matter what. And there you have it, a tequila soda. This is supposed to be refreshed, light, resourceful, I think. But yeah, let's do a taste test. It's nice when you have like a minty, herby garnish because it gives you like that aromatic vibe, and then when you sip the cocktail you also have the flavors there. The pureness of the tequila and then the lime really bounce well off of each other naturally, so having that there, and then like the essence of cucumber just slowly seeping in to everything just adds a new dimension to everything. So even as this sits, it's going to be a lot more aromatic and taste a lot better as you go. So definitely my type of drink. Yeah, nice, light, simple drink. Definitely give this a try if you want something simple and easy with just like a nice little flair to it with that garnish. Now we're going to work on like the more challenging of the two. I'm gonna take a smaller glass, so I'm just gonna put 2 ice cubes in there, not to add too much volume to everything. And then I'm gonna take these 2 weird ass tumblers, and this is what I'm going to be using to mix because I once again don't have a mixer. Sorry. So what you're supposed to do is very unclear. This is from travelandleisure.com. For whatever reason, they don't really tell you or even demo to you how you're supposed to make it. So I'm just gonna take 3 basil leaves like they said, drop it into this one, bigger one. This is called the pineapple basil cocktail. And the description that Travel and Leisure gives is, Virgos are dependable, rational, and work well with others. This cocktail combines flavors that work wonderfully together. And we're missing like one of them, so. 3 basil leaves is what it calls for a single serving. And then it's 1 ounce of pineapple juice. And this is a different shot glass, by the way. I have 2. The other one I use for the tequila, so we're not trying to mix too many flavors together. And now I'm just going to take this lemon squeezer and squeeze a lime in it. And I'm just going to put that in the shot glass itself. Don't be afraid that it's going to go all over the place. It should be fine. Okay, we have just the right amount, 1/2 ounce of that lime juice. And then we also need 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. That looks about right. And then the gin, we're going to need 1.5 ounces. I will link both of these recipes in the description box if you want to go and try it out for yourself and maybe need a little bit more of a guide. But like I said, there's like no guide here. So that's 1 ounce, and now we need 1/2 ounce. So now that we're all set, I'm going to do a makeshift mixer right now. No ice, because we're pouring it over ice. So all the Virgos are gonna be in the comments like, excuse me, ma'am. So this is my little makeshift mixer. I can't like shake it all around horizontally, obviously, but I could at least get all the flavors to mix together a little bit better. So here's to hoping. This is like humiliating, borderline. Okay, so I think that that's pretty well mixed. Now we're just gonna pour that in here. You're supposed to use a pineapple leaf as the garnish, but where am I gonna find a pineapple leaf? Am I gonna really buy a pineapple for zero reason other to make a cocktail? No. Absolutely not. So we're just going to use the basil as kind of like our garnish, so to speak. So we're all set here. Everything's all good to go. And now we're just going to top it off with the tonic water. Once again, this is supposed to be elderflower tonic. It's not the most difficult thing to find. I typed it into Google and they gave me a couple of different results. But every store that I went to, whether it was my local grocery store or Target where they said that they were supposed to have it, they didn't. So we're just going to power through this and just do regular tonic water. Gin and tonic is like a traditional pairing of flavors. It's very Virgo, so it's a little bit more basic, but if you want to elevate the flavors a little bit and elevate the herb essence there, I would probably get the elderflower. And we top it off almost all the way to the top and we are good to go. So this, once again, is the pineapple basil cocktail, so let's give it a little sip. There are so many simple flavors here, but I feel like it would benefit a little bit more with, I don't know, like the basil is very muted, and obviously I didn't have the elderflower, so all I really taste is pineapple juice and tonic water, so not the most like elevated cocktail, but you know, Virgos are once again very like balanced and they don't want anything to be too crazy, so this is the simple cocktail that we got, the tequila soda and the pineapple basil. So yeah, these are the two cocktails that I wanted to make for the end of Virgo season to hype you guys up for this final weekend of the Virgo zodiac. I hope you guys try this at home. If you do, I will leave a link below of the websites that I got these recipes from. These are not my own. I just wanted to demo them for you to, you know, have some fun today. So yeah, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I put out new videos every Friday now. Follow me on all my social media accounts. They will be at the end of this video and also linked directly down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy. Cheers.